Hi everyone, it's Mr. Meadows here, and I thought whilst we're all at home, working from home, it'd be nice to do a little bit of baking or cooking in the kitchen. So I'm going to make my Maltesers Rocky Road. Maybe you can make it at home too. So here's the ingredients that we need. First of all, we've got 135 grams of Maltesers, or I'm using Maltesers buttons. Didn't have any Maltesers in the shop. We've got 75 grams of sultanas. You can use raisins or currants. You don't even need them if you don't like sultanas or raisins. I've got some digestive biscuits. It's about 12 and that's 175 grams. I'm also using 75 grams of ginger nuts, which works out about 8 ginger nuts. We've got 125 grams of butter, 400 grams of chocolate. I'm using 300 grams of plain chocolate and 100 grams of dark chocolate, but you can just use plain chocolate. And then finally, we've got some golden syrup, and you need 2 tablespoons of golden syrup. The other equipment you're going to need to get prepared is you'll need a mixing bowl, a wooden spoon, a tablespoon. This isn't actually a tablespoon, but this will be as best as I could do it in our house. A knife, a bag to seal the biscuits in, a rolling pin. You'll also need some weighing scales, and you'll need a 20 centimetres by 20 centimetre tin, and what I've put inside it is some baking parchment. I'll get myself prepared. So before we start, the first thing we've really got to do is wash our hands. And remember, we've got to do this for 20 seconds, trying to get inside and outside of our fingers. So I'm going to show you how. So get the hand soap. Make sure it's warm water. It's lovely. And we're just going to make sure we do it for about 20 seconds. If it helps, you can sing the happy birthday song twice. Just go inside of those fingers. Get them nice and clean. Okay. And dry them thoroughly. So now my hands are clean, I can start with making the Rocky Road. And the first thing we've got to do is, you'll enjoy this, bash up the biscuits a little bit. So I'm going to put these into the sealable bag. We don't need them fully bashed up, but you need to be careful with the rolling pin. That might be something you need mum or dad or an adult to help you with. But seal the bag. And then with the rolling pin, we're just going to gently break those biscuits up. It's quite a lot of fun breaking the biscuits up. There we go. So it needs to look a little bit like that. So you've got bigger bits, and then you've got the little smaller bits as well, and some dust-like bits. And we're going to empty that into the mixing bowl. That's the 175 grams of digestive biscuits into the bowl. And then we're going to add the ginger nuts. Now the ginger nuts don't break up using the rolling pin, so I'm just going to break them into small bits using my fingers. If you didn't want to use ginger nuts, you could just use digestive biscuits. I wanted something with a little bit of ginger taste. Again, this is quite satisfying to break up the biscuits. I'm sure you could do this yourself. You probably don't need an adult to help you with this bit. $75 grams worth of ginger nuts going in. That's 2. Then we're going to add the Maltesers, or the Malteser buttons, and the sultanas. So that's 135 grams of the Malteser buttons and 75 grams worth of sultanas. And we're going to go back. We're going to stir to mix those ingredients. So what we've got inside are all of the dry ingredients ready for the wet ingredients. And the wet ingredients are the butter, the chocolate, and the golden syrup. Now the next step, you must have an adult to help you with. Obviously I'm an adult, so I can do it myself, but if you're a child, you need to have your adult helping you with this. So the first thing we're going to add to the saucepan on a low heat is the butter. And we need that to melt on a low heat. You see it's already started to melt. Remember, it's got to be on a low heat so that we don't burn the butter. Whilst that's melting, I'm going to break up the chocolate into smaller chunks. Keep an eye on the butter to make sure it's melting nicely, which it is. Just going to break this chocolate up because that's the next thing we're going to add into the butter. Just going to turn that down a bit. Almost all melted. Very tempting to try and eat some of the chocolate, but remember that it's got to go all into the baking. The fun will be eating it at the end. The butter's almost all melted now, so I'm going to take it off the heat for a moment. And there you can see how low the light is. Very little heat coming on. It's still important to be using an adult to help you. Right. Now add these chocolate chunks into the butter. Remember, this is 400 grams of chocolate. I've used 300 grams of milk chocolate and 100 grams of dark chocolate. You could add white chocolate. I'm going to put this back on the low heat now. We've got to remember to keep stirring quite regularly to make sure the butter and the chocolate melt together. And then we're going to also add 2 tablespoons of golden syrup. As you can see, the chocolate's starting to melt. Equals the golden syrup. And a tablespoon. I just need to get a spoon. It's a shame you can't smell this because it smells really tasty. There's one. I'll do one more once I've just stirred this a little bit more. Almost ready. Just add that second tablespoon of corn syrup. There we go. Just throwing the corn syrup all over the place. There we go. Give it a good stir in. Making sure there's no lumps of chocolate left. That's looking pretty good. So I'm going to turn the heat off completely now. And again, with an adult, although it's not very hot, must have an adult to help us. We're going to transfer that into the dry ingredients and give it a really good stir. Try and get all of that chocolate goodness out. Coat all of the dry ingredients, those chocolate buttons, the biscuits and the sultanas with the chocolate, butter and golden syrup. I'm trying to make sure that there's no bits. All covered by the chocolate. Just did a few little lines on there. Give it a good stir. Looking good now. The next step is to transfer into the tray with the parchment. Push that down so it fills the whole of the tray evenly. Get it into all the corners. There we go. final piece of our malted Rocky Road. And what it's got to do, we've got to put that into the fridge so it can set. It's going into the fridge for about 2 hours. And we'll come back, we'll chop it up when it's fully set. See you soon.